Hello guys, this is FPS Steel, and in this video I'm gonna be reviewing Dungeon Dashes. Dungeon Dashes is at its core a dungeon crawler that is inspired by various tabletop games like Hero Quest and Descent. It is currently being developed by Jigxor, a development company founded in 2011 by Andrew Sum. The game is meant to be played almost like a tabletop game, where you control each miniature but in a much faster pace and with action and puzzles lurking around every corner, forcing players to come up with different strategies and utilizing each character's strengths and weaknesses in order to overcome every obstacle. The controls are really smooth and the characters move like tabletop miniature pieces. The first missions also provide a comprehensible tutorial on how to control the characters and how to visualize the battlefield of the game. The option menu of the game doesn't offer a lot at the moment, at least in the current build. Also, I would really like in the future builds, or perhaps when the game is released, the ability for the player to choose his own controls, despite them already being simple and intuitive. The user interface is simplistic and provides important information about the characters. On the bottom right corner you can see the current character you are using, the amount of health points the character has, the action points and which character is going to have the next turn. On the bottom left corner you can see the skills and their respective action point consumption and also when they are on cooldown. The map shows you the current mission you are on and you are able to do previous missions and watch cutscenes again if you so desire. In this current build, the map doesn't let you do anything else, but I think in future versions you will be able to see how well you did in previous missions and perhaps a brief description of each one of them. This game also has an inventory screen in which you can customize each of the 4 characters. You can choose from a variety of weapons and armors that provide different strengths and weaknesses to your characters, and also you are able to choose their skills. In future versions, you're going to be able to bring consumables into battles. The inventory system is by far one of the things that I like the most about the game. It allows players to adapt the characters to their own playstyle and also change characters' role completely through different types of equipment and skills. This also increases the replayability of the game by letting players try out new things and experience the same missions they've done before in different ways. Overall, I think the user interface provides enough information for the player without making it confusing and also making it blend really well with the game, atmosphere and graphic style. Battles are very exciting for a turn-based game, and with its amazing soundtrack, it only contributes further to the overall danger that the enemies represent. There are also numerous puzzles and secret rooms that the player might discover throughout the game. They force the player to discover the character's potentials and how to use them in order to progress further and get more loot. In some areas you can also use traps against enemies, so if you are the sneaky type, you can bait enemies towards some traps that are laid out throughout the game, killing them when they least expected. This game also includes a rating system that tells you from 1 to 5 stars how well you did on the missions and what objectives you need to complete on them in order to have the highest rating. Overall, I think this feature adds more replayability to the game. Completionists will definitely try out the missions again to get the highest scores, and people who have missed out some of the objectives can get an idea of what they need to do again in those missions in order to get a better rating themselves. There are also numerous quests which function as small goals for the player to accomplish, like smash crates or kill a specific type of an enemy. The other thing that I also really like about the game is the design of the levels and different tile sets that the player will encounter depending on what area he is currently on, ranging from caves to forest areas to actual castles or other type of buildings and structures. One of the other things that I really like is the intro cutscene of the game. It shows a lot of promise in terms of the quality of the pixel art that the developers of the game can actually pull off, and reminds me a lot of the Eye of the Beholder and Lens of Lore cutscenes. Despite the characters not having any voice acting, except a knight laughing like in a very strange way, the game manages to show each one of the individuals' personality by having well-written text and an interesting story behind each one of them. The multiplayer, the crafting system and the dungeon builder editor are not available yet, but I'm 100% sure when it is available, the replayability of the game is going to increase dramatically, letting players play with their friends, craft legendary weapons, and being able to create their own adventures. In short, Dungeon Dashes is a fun, addictive game that offers many challenges for players of various skill levels, and casual players who have never tried a turn-based game before should give this one a go. The game is currently available in Steam as an early access game. You can also check dungeondashes.com to know more information about the game and how to support the developers if you so desire. I also want to give a special shout out to Andy Sum, who is one of the game developers of the game, who was kind enough to provide me with a Steam key in order to review Dungeon Dashes. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and that it was able to give you an overview of the game. If you have any questions or any feedback you can give, make sure to write it down in the comment section below. Have a good day and see you next time.
First blood. Double kill. Multi-kill. Mega kill. Ultra kill. Monster kill.